We're just getting everything ready. We're waiting for that final go live confirmation. It says it's setting up. Okay, it says we're now streaming live over on Facebook. So welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. It is so wonderful to have you here and to have all of our beautiful authors here with us today who have co-authored, I almost said co-published, co-authored in our amazing book, Messages to My Younger Self. This book has been on the most amazing journey. At one point, it almost didn't get published because we thought long and hard because of the pandemic, do we really want to share this with the world? And, you know, we had our divine hit to say it's needed now more than ever. So yes, we're going through a pandemic, but the world needs to receive this message and the messages within. So Judy?
Absolutely. And the messages that are within this beautiful little book are powerful. They are, a lot of them are vulnerable. A lot of ladies, you know, bared their soul. They told you things that maybe somebody else doesn't even know yet. They shared from their heart. They shared everything in their message. And although these messages are rather short, a very easy read, they are powerful and they are packed with amazing intuitiveness, wisdom, inner knowing, and especially the opportunity and the invitation to you to go and check with your own younger self and see what you have to share with that younger person. So I'm excited for where we're going to go with this. This book is gorgeous. I love each of these beautiful ladies here with us today. And so let's get going.
Yes, yes, yes. And Messages to My Younger Self. This, both Judith and I, as you know, we have a background in coaching and mentoring, and these are some of the practices we ourselves used with our coaching clients in the past. And these are practices that have been used for years before us, where we tap in to our inner selves, our inner child, you know, our younger selves, even our future selves. And that's one of the books coming out later this year, to really find out what are the messages that we need to hear within our soul. What are the messages that we need to support our own healing, our own journey? And this is where this idea has been birthed from. So we are so grateful for each author to say yes to our call last year. And, you know, even though so many of us were going through our own challenges as a result of 2020, we are all here sharing a bit more of ourselves, who we are, and our own personal truths to support you in your journey, to support you in your healing, and to support you in whatever way we can. So welcome to all our authors. Welcome to all of you out there in Facebook and other social media platforms who are watching today. We're truly grateful for you. If you're watching live, say hi, and let's give you a shout out. If you're watching the replay, say hi, and we'll connect with you after. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of this journey with us. So we're going to start off by sharing our very first author with you. I'd like to introduce you to Mary Ananda Shakti. Mary, it's an honor to have you a part of this journey. Mary's going to share a little bit about herself right now and her messages and why she shared them with us. So Mary, over to you.
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, so I'm Mary Ananda Shakti, and I live in the northwest coast of Ireland, right beside all the beaches, and it's absolutely gorgeous here. I'm a life and laughter coach, and I am an energy worker healer, and that's what I've been doing for the last 25 years. So writing is one of my extras at the moment, which is brilliant. So my message is about living in the moment. My first message is about living in the moment, living in the now, because that's where everything is. That's where we're manifesting from. And it's important, I found, to allow my past to catch up with my present and live in the moment and try not to be out there in the future. So it was very important to do that. And I found as life, when I was young, I was a very serious person, and I was a serious therapist. And until seriousness got to be too much for me and I needed to laugh more. So I started to bring more laughter into my life by training as a laughter yoga leader with Dr. Madan Kataria. And it has gone from strength to strength. And I do my best to share laughter in many, many places. I have classes nearly every day of the week. And I do have a website as well, laughteryogaireland.org. And you can find me there, or on Facebook as Laughter Coaching. So that's me. And I would like to bring laughter more into more places, into schools and colleges, and just to share it out there more and more. And I just think that laughter, there's so many benefits from laughter, you know, health, physical, mental, spiritual. And especially in these times, we need it more because life, you know, so many people are too serious. You know, children laugh about 500 times a day. And as adults, we're lucky if we laugh 5 or 6, depending on where we are and who we're with. So I want to help to, you know, change that and to bring more laughter into people's lives. You know, so yeah, I think that's good for me. And I'm happy to leave it there and pass it on to somebody else, one of the other authors.
That was so beautiful, Marianne. You know,
Thank
I have been a part of your laughter yoga. And I have to say that if you've not tried laughter yoga before, you have to give it a try. And especially with Mary, because Mary is such a fantastic facilitator. So thank you so much for sharing all of this, Mary. And yes, I know a little bit more about your story as well, and how seriousness was at play for a while, and just what seriousness in our life can actually do as far as, you know, physical, mental, emotional, and all of those other challenges. So you've brought something into your life and also into the life of everyone else as well, who knows you, who gets to know you, and who even meets you for the first time, because you are just such a beautiful, vibrant, and amazing lady. And you do definitely love to laugh. I understand that your interview was filled with laughter as well. So I thought that was absolutely beautiful. It was very fitting for Mary.
It was very
I have
fun.
to hop in there. I have to hop in there and say, oh yes, I didn't plan for it to be a laughter yoga session,
No, me neither.
but it was filled with so much fun. And, you know, Mary is exactly who she is. She stands, you know, she's here with us in all her authenticity always. And, you know, fun has to be a part of what she does. So reach out to her, connect with her, embrace her. All our authors are amazing. So thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you.
That was fantastic, Mary. Thank you again for sharing. So we are just going to wait for one of our authors to come in. Nikita is arriving in the room.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Nikita. How are you doing, love?
I'm fine. I'm sorry I'm late. I had another meeting that ran over.
Oh, that's okay. Not a problem. Do you want us to give you a few minutes to just settle in?
Yes, I'm just checking my lighting and everything now.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So while we're giving Nikita a few moments, what I'd like to do is perhaps tell you how you can get your very own copy of this gorgeous little book. And it is available on Amazon worldwide. It's also available if you want to order it through places like Barnes and Noble, Waterstones in the UK, and also if you go to bookshop.org, or I believe it's bookshop.co.uk. I think that's the other one.
That's correct.
Awesome.
That's correct.
Those are websites where you can actually check to see where that book is being sold at a store near you, or where you can get it ordered from and have it shipped directly to you. Now, if you know any of the authors that are here on the panel with us today, or you know any of the authors in the book, you can actually get a copy of the book directly from them as well, if you wish. And at that point, then they can autograph it for you and we can make sure that it gets out to you. So those are some of the ways that you can get this book. And we hope that you will take a moment to go to your local store, your local Amazon, purchase a copy of this, and do what Debbie and I and a couple of others do, and just flip through the book and stop on a message that fills you for that day. And you'll be surprised what that message means to you as you either begin your day or you go through your day. It may have a very impactful opportunity for you as well. So what I would like to do now is I think we will step over to Nikita McKenzie, and we'll give Dr. Malaika Singleton a little chance to step in here and rest for a little bit as well. So Nikita, would you like to go ahead, love?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. And I'm so glad, happy, and elated to be here with you all to introduce to the world our amazing book, Messages to Your Younger Self. And I am Nikita McKenzie, and I am one of the co-authors of this amazing project. And I am the founder and executive director for a nonprofit organization, I Am She, which is the acronym for I Am Someone He Empowered. We offer one-on-one coaching, we offer group coaching, we facilitate empowerment events, and we're just here to support women as they go through major life transitions in any capacity in which we are able to do so. And so my message in this project was me going back to my teenage self that became a teenage mother just shy of turning 16 years old, who had no idea who she was, but knew that I needed something, and I left that responsibility up to someone else. And so as I went back and began to go through my own process of healing, because that's exactly what this journey took me on, was a process of healing, I began to realize that I was always enough. And so my message was for me to go back and to look and to know that there is a blessing in looking back. We often tell people don't go back, but there is a blessing in looking back, because if you can see where you have come from, you can build from there. You can heal those places and you give yourself the foundation that you need to grow. So I was honored to be a part of this project. And I am elated for anyone that can read this message. It will work, it will serve a purpose to any teenage young lady. It doesn't have to be pertaining to a teenage pregnancy, but we all know that in your teen years, that is a crucial time when you are trying to discover who you are. And so my message is very empowering to that specific nature, the process of discovering who you are, realizing that everything that we need, God created us with it on the inside. And so that chapter that I wrote in this book was all about my journey to realizing, again, that I was always enough. So I'm excited. Anybody that wants to follow me, you can do so on any of the social media platforms. I can be found at IAMSHE underscore, IAMSHE Inc. That's I Am She Inc. underscore Nikita on Instagram. I Am She Inc. Nikita, all one word, on Facebook. And my website is www.iamshenikita.org. So any of those places, you have the opportunity to follow me and to support our mission, which is to continue to support women who go through major life transition. Thank you so much.
Gosh, Nikita, I just love hearing you speak. I love hearing about your mission in life and your purpose, because this is your purpose. And you know, with all of our authors, please reach out to them, connect with them. They're sharing their methods of how you can stay connected. So please do. And when we're finished, we're all going to share all the different links in this video below on Facebook. So you will be able to just click and connect. So thank you so much, Nikita, for sharing that. And I have to share that your story, we had feedback on your story through Judith, and I feel compelled to share that right now. Now, one of our co-authors, who isn't with us today, Cindy Windsor, her teenage daughter read your story, and it touched her heart and soul so much that she reached out and went straight to her mom and read your story out word by word to her mom. She felt that connected with it. And then she rang her best friend, who is also a teenage girl, and shared the message with her there as well. So this book is truly touching the lives of so many. And, you know, what we have all poured into our messages, it is vulnerable. It's so touching. It goes so deep. And this is why this book needed to be birthed right now, to allow the world to experience that little bit more hope, that little bit more love, even self-love side of things as well, that bit more compassion, that much more wisdom. Because so many of us look back and think, I wish I knew that when I was younger. This book can support you in that way. So Nikita, thank you so much for sharing that. Now I have the pleasure and honor of sharing another of our authors, and Sara Olson is one of our authors who shared another beautiful story that really connects with so many. So Sara, please introduce yourself, share a little bit about who you are and how you show up in the world, and also share about your message.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Debbie. It's such an honor to be here and amongst such amazing women. I feel at home here, and the whole journey has been amazing. So thank you so much. A little bit about myself. I'm a 46-year-old grandma. I have 2 grown children. I'm an artist and an empowerment coach, and now an author, thankfully. But with me, like, I'll share what I finished this morning. I finished this painting, and it's called My Armor. And with the art that I do, it's really an expression. Thank you. It's an expression of healing for me. It's a way to release trauma. It's a way to release things that have happened in my life. And that's what I do in my empowerment coaching, where I have a unique program where I help people heal through art. And I'm not an expert artist by any means. I only started about 4 years ago. But again, it's an expression. And that's what I give people the freedom to do. There's no rules with art. And it connects our subconscious with things that have happened, and it helps us release it in a beautiful way. And so that's what I do. And I just love it because it's changing lives, and it's helping people heal through grief and bad breakups. And it's helped me connect with a lot of things that have happened in my life. In the book, the chapter that I wrote, I reached out to my 5-year-old younger self, and I wrote to my courageous and adventurous self. And it's, the reason why I chose that period of time is because I wanted to capture the little girl, because at the age of 6, my grandma died. And I wanted to remind her of the important things in life, that hug your grandma a little bit longer. Enjoy those moments where your mom is reading a bedtime story to you. And that's what I wanted to convey. And also just to remember to keep in touch with those high school friends. Back when I was in high school, or shortly afterwards, I moved away 1,500 miles away. And I regret, because I didn't keep in close contact with some of my best friends. And, we didn't have Facebook and all the social media platforms like we did back then. And, those are the most important things. And that's what I want to convey with the world in this chapter, is that those moments, those memories, those relationships, that's what matters in life. And throughout our journey, we can, as we're growing older, and try to tap into that. And so, to me, it's kind of been with the courageous, adventurous self that I wrote to, that's who I'm finding now. Kind of like some of the women have spoken already. It's like you get into life, adulthood, and you're like, I have to be all grown up. And it's like, no, you don't. It's the fun things that matter. It's the little things that, laughing, having those friendships, going out and enjoying life. It's those moments that matter. And so that's what I'm tapping into, and helping others tap into as well. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Sarah, for sharing your new piece that you just completed. That was fantastic. And also what you do in the world. I had the honor of interviewing you, and it was such a pleasure to get to know you more. And I just love what you're doing in the world. And I wish you so much luck with that and so much good fortune, and that so many lives are touched by the healing that you're offering them through art. I think that's so powerful. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so we are now going to go to another beautiful co-author, and oh my goodness, I have not seen your beautiful face for so long, Dr. Malaika Singleton. Would you like to come on, love, and
Sure,
to share about
thank
yourself?
you. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Debbie. Thanks all of you for being here. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be a part of this project. I believe this is the second anthology I've been in, and I just loved when Debbie and Judy first let me know just the concept of messages to your younger self and being able to leave a message behind to young people. And young people are very dear to my heart for a number of reasons. I know what it's like to be that angry teenager. That was me. And so I understand that. I tell teenagers when I work with them all the time, your anger is 100% totally justifiable to be angry at the world. And I let them know that I've been there. And so a lot of my messages, I titled my chapter Streams of Consciousness, because that's really what it was. When I got the prompt, I didn't want to think too hard about it. You know, I really wanted it to come very pure and from the heart. And because sometimes when you think too deeply, it becomes what I want to say, trite, or, you know, it's too forced. And I didn't want that. I wanted, you know, to really give from my heart and who I was and what was on my mind at that time. And I started out, and I'm so glad you showed your art, Sarah, which was so beautiful and amazing, because I start out my chapter asking, you know, is there something that you really love to do? And if so, you should do it. You should find the time to do it, because one of the things I've learned over my life is life happens, and you can get so caught up in the drama. You can get so caught up in what I know I've been through, which is survival mode, and you're just trying to survive day to day. You don't give yourself a chance to experience joy and do the things that you love to do, because you're so busy, you know, on the rat race, whatever, trying to survive. And you put all of those things on the back burner, thinking that they're frivolous, thinking that it's not important, or that's leisure time. I can't do that, or I can't afford to do that, or I'm not worth doing that because of the place that I'm in. And I wanted to cut through that from the gate, you know, just to say, nope, if you love something, you have to make the time, you have to find the time, because it's those types of activities that can really free you, so to speak, and clear your mind. So I wanted to get that out there. And a little more about me and why it is I'm so passionate about young people and leaving a message for them. In my professional life, I wear a lot of different hats. I'm passionate about a lot of things. So in addition to being a serial entrepreneur, I'm a freelance editor. I'm also a nonprofit executive, and I've been working with my nonprofit for going on now 15 years, actually. And I'm with the St. Nia Foundation. I'm the president and CEO, and we work with young people to teach them concepts of personal finance is one goal, but also career exploration and just getting them to think about that next step in their life and what it is they want to explore. Do they want to do the route of college and get a good job, or do they want to go to vocational and technical school and maybe explore a trade instead? Do they want to start their own business? It's all of these ideas to get them talking and thinking and exploring and dreaming about their life and what they want it to be. And so that's always been very dear to my heart. This summer, we've had to switch more to the online training model, and we've worked with other nonprofits in the area, and we're working on collaborations. We're even getting a new office space very soon with other nonprofits in the area. So just really excited to be embedded in the community. I've also discovered a new joy and a talent I've had for a while, but I never thought about using it in this way. But my nonprofit has been doing food fundraisers at a venue called the African Marketplace here in Sacramento, and providing an affordable food option for the community. And it's been really, really successful. And it's been great. It's been a way for us to be a face in the community, for people to get to know us and, you know, connect with more clients potentially. And it's been amazing. And it's kind of opened up this whole new avenue for me of something that I really enjoy doing, which is cooking, and then being able to share it with other people. I'm trying to think, what other ideas do I want to share with you all? Oh, yes, I do have ways to get in contact with me. So with my partner, Dr. Teresa Gully-Reed, she is the co-founder of St. Nia. We've also co-founded our own company called the Proof Docs. This is where we work with academics primarily. And a lot of our students are in the EDD field, which is Dr. Gully's background. And so we help students with their dissertations, their master's thesis, things like that. That's one of our venues, is the Proof Docs. And we've been really successful. Things are starting to pick up again this time of the year, so we're going to be pretty busy. And you can also find my nonprofit, St. Nia Foundation, on Facebook. In addition to our fundraising, our online trainings, we use the FDIC's Money Smart program, which is designed for low to moderate income families to learn financial literacy concepts. In addition to that, we also use our Facebook page kind of as a clearinghouse for scholarships, highlighting youth excellence, opportunities for young people, scholarships, travel opportunities, basically just an all one-stop shop for things that elevate young people. And I think that's about it for me. Thank you again, Debbie and Judy, for the opportunity to be a part of the book and to share my message. There's a lot more in there about taking care of yourself, about putting yourself first. These are lessons I think in particular women have a hard time getting to, but I realize it's such an important message for me. So before I take requests to do things for other people, I ask myself, okay, have you taken care of yourself today? Before you say yes, because some of us are yes, and we'll just yes ourselves. And then you look at your life and it's complete shambles while you're helping everybody else. So those are other messages in the book that I felt was so important to share with women. And again, thank you.
Amazing. Oh, Malaika, you are so welcome. You shared so many nuggets there, and we love what you're doing. We see you on Facebook. We love, you know, Carnelian Moon loves what St. Nia is doing always. So share your links at the bottom of the Facebook Live and allow people to connect with you. And that's for all of our authors. Please share your links so everyone is able to connect easily, because this is how you can request a signed copy of this amazing book from any one of our authors that you see here today, or those that weren't able to join us. So thank you so much for that, Malaika. Now I'm going to share again very quickly how you can get a copy of the book. Amazon is the go-to place right now. It's easy for most to just hop on over to your local Amazon, whether you're .com, .co.uk, you name it, just go over to your local Amazon.ca, etc. and just do a search for Messages to My Younger Self, or look up the author of your choice, because you're here because you more than likely know one of our authors. So put their name in the Amazon search and the title will be displayed. The other way is to request a signed copy. Imagine having a personalized copy of this little gem that you can either gift to someone else, or you can have as one of those precious books in your library. And Judith shared earlier, one of my favorite ways of going through this book is I've read it several times, and on a given day, I just flick to a page, and whatever page I get to, that is the chapter that I need to learn about today, or need to receive a message from today. And guess what? Carra, it's you. And you're the person that I'm going to be introducing next. So I actually landed on the path to self-fulfillment and self-awareness. So I'm going to read that again after we finish here. So I'm now going to hand you over to beautiful Carra Dixon. Carra, thank you so much for being a part of this book. Share a little bit about who you are, how you show up in the world, and please share about the book that you've already written as well.
Thank you for having me. Hi, I'm Carra Dixon. I'm a wife and mother of 3. Right now, I'm working with individuals with intellectual disability. And like you said, I'm an author. I have my own book titled Mommy Is Not God. I'm also in another anthology titled Silent No More, and hopes to be in another anthology with you guys, Letters to Mother. Yes. Well, right now, the message that I have in the book is do it through fear and self-fulfillment, self-awareness. I chose those messages because, well, do it through fear is so many things that has stopped me from doing so much fear that stopped me from doing things that I wanted to accomplish, and it shouldn't have been. So do it through fear is just basically a push to let people know that, I mean, the worst you can hear is a no, to not be afraid of that word no, to, push through it and accomplish your goals and accomplish those dreams. And if that doesn't work out, then you on to the next. So self-awareness and self-fulfillment, basically it's about loving yourself, knowing your worth, not following the crowd and following, outside influences, keeping you first and knowing, that it'll work out if you just follow those instructions. Right now, I'm just doing more writing, which is my passion. So I'm writing all the time. I hope to actually start a nonprofit with the youth women, young women, to have like a mentorship or, with those messages behind it. You, you can reach me at author Carra Dixon on Instagram, and also Carra Dixon on Facebook. And that's about it. I'm just happy to be a part of this.
Well, thank you, Tara, and we are so happy that you are part of it. We, again, I had the opportunity to interview Tara. You'll be hearing her interview. We'll be putting all of those out onto our Phases podcast, and just such inspiration, just such a beautiful person, and what you're sharing in the world is just amazing. And yes, step through the fear, because you never know what's on the other side of that fear, right? It's like getting past that level of discomfort, and you never know where it's going to open up to or where you're going to blossom. I think that's just an amazing, amazing message. And if you're like me, you're seeing a little bit of a thread, common thread being weaved through all of these gorgeous messages. They're all about taking care of you and being good to you, and everything else will take care of itself. Everything else will support you and everyone else, your relationships, etc., as part of that beautiful circle of life. But take care of you first, fill your vessel first, and everything else will work out from there. So thank you again, Tara. I'm so excited and honored and proud to have you with us. So where are we going next? Oh, I get to introduce a very amazing children's author. And we've done a lot of work with this next co-author. She is just fantastic. She is so amazing with children. So without further ado, hello, Cathy Gagliardi.
Hello. It's so nice to be here, and all you beautiful authors. I'm so proud and honored to be amongst you. I'm Cathy Gagliardi, and I'm an author of children's books, and all my books basically specialize in teaching children to have their own voice and to learn how to love themselves and others and have compassion. I have my first book was based on a need to help children overcome depression and anxiety. And the other books all have messages like that in them. My message in this book, Messages to My Younger Self, which I just love. I love everything about it. The first one is focus on what you can control. And the second one is let go. And focus on what you can control. I really needed that when I was young because all through my life, because I felt that I could control everything. And when I couldn't, it really bothered me a lot. And the energy I was wasting on that could have been energy I could have used for another project or another person. So I really feel strongly about that. And I'm learning it day by day. And to let go, oh my gosh, right now, everybody is just struggling with all the events that are happening around us, and they're suffocating us. We have to find something that we can laugh about or enjoy. I find even shopping, I used to enjoy shopping with my mother, and now I don't enjoy it at all. The joy is just taken out of so many little things. And we have to find that joy in something else that we can control, and we can let go of ourselves and be a part of the joy that's in our nature and throughout the whole world. And yeah, children are a really big part of that. I find anytime I'm near children, that's it. Nothing else matters. It's just very joyful. I really feel that people are now starting to be more aware, and they're starting to understand how to control their own selves and put their thoughts and their energy and their loves into that and express it out. I can see it amongst all you speakers right now today, even. And I really had to dig deep in this book. I really did. And it was hard for me to do, but I found the process of it was really healing. And I really hope that the messages, all the messages in this book will find a place to heal somebody else. I'm really enjoying being with Carnelian Moon in the Legacy series. It's really inspiring and motivating. Thank you so much.
Oh, Cathy, thank you so much for sharing that. And you didn't share your links, so I happen to know them. Cathy's website is twinklinlinks.com. That's LYNX. And her Facebook business page is Twinkling Links on Facebook as well. So, and again, Cathy will share her links below, below the post. I just want to say, huge shout out for the books that you do, Cathy, and the gratitude, because so many of our children right now they're going through so much since the pandemic, and especially children who are highly sensitive, and there's so many more are being identified as highly sensitive. When I was little, nobody knew what that was. I'm only, in my last probably 10 years of my life, that's when I realized about being highly sensitive. And there's a theme here, there's a trend here with all of our authors. And it's because we are so passionate about what we do. We love what we do. And notice everyone here is doing what they do from a place of love. They're helping others. They're doing it from a genuine, heart-centered approach. So thank you all for what you do. Thank you so much, Cathy, for thinking about our children. Malaika, all of you for putting children at the soul of what you do too. I just want to shout out to everyone in Facebook world. If you're there, just say hi and let us know you're there. And I'm going to say hi to Les. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing and tagging so many people. Hi to Donna, and thank you. Now, there are a number of you watching. I can't see all the names, so thank you for being here and for joining us. We really do appreciate you. Now, I have the honor of introducing my business partner to you all, the co-founder here at Carnelian Moon Publishing. Now, Judith and I, when we started the Legacy Collection and had the vision for the Legacy Collection, we knew it had to be something extra special. We knew that it had to be something that it wasn't just about a book, it was so much more, because these messages support you in a way that it's so nurturing, it's so healing, and each author goes on their own transformational journey. So for us, this means so much, and we're grateful for everyone for joining us and our authors. So Judy, over to you, my love.
Okay, I am totally not used to talking about myself, so but everything that Debbie has said, I want to say is it goes for me too. This book has been something that we sat down in a huge, I guess it was a brain dump of some sort. And we just threw a whole bunch of ideas at a wall. And oddly enough, Chicken Soup for the Soul showed up because I had written a story in Chicken Soup for the Soul. And we thought we should do something like that because that is such a beautiful way to gather so many people together who have so many beautiful ideas. And this is sort of where all of these small 500-word messages showed up. And we decided, why don't we do that? Why don't we just run with that? And we then began, we have, I think, about 20 titles now, and they just keep on coming. So we know that that is telling us that these little books have a special place in the world. And we are so honored that they chose us to be able to send them out to the world. And in turn, each of the beautiful authors who share their messages here, they chose to be a part of one of these beautiful little legacy collection books. So this is a real honor to be able to not just have book launches and not just work with authors, but to really see how books are changing lives, because it is more than just a book. It is much, much more. And the relationships that we're receiving from all of this is just beautiful. And the relationships that each of the authors receives is just beautiful. So now that I've avoided talking about myself, let me just go into that, shall I? Anyway, okay, so I'm Judith Richardson Schroeder, and I shared 2 messages in this beautiful little book as well. And the one message that I shared, it was a journey that I took starting in 2016. And when I woke up one morning in August 16th to be exact, and I looked back at where I had been, and I realized, you know what, every year I wake up in January 1st and say, I'm going to do this year, I'm going to do that this year. And I never do. I end up ending the year in December 31st, almost in the same place. And I thought, I don't want to do that. So 2016 was really a pivotal year for me. It was the year that I decided I was going to start saying yes to things that, strengthened me, challenged me, pushed me forward, excited me, all of these wonderful things. And boy, oh boy, did things happen. And I had to share the message to my younger self about beyond the ledge of fear, because we hold ourselves back so often because we don't know what is on the other side of that session we want to do, or that trip we want to take, or that book we want to write. And if we just ask ourselves one question, what do I need to receive from this in order for me to move forward? If you can say, I would like to receive growth, I'd like to receive, confidence, I'd like to receive compassion, whatever it might be. And then you feel into that and allow your emotions to really grasp what it is you want. That's going to help propel you past your fear. And if you look at it as sort of an experiment, or you're just going into a store to try something on, and you know that we do that all the time. We walk into it, well, I don't, but we walk into a store and we try an outfit on that we see on the rack. We think, oh yeah, I want to try that on, but it doesn't quite look the way we expected it to. So we put it back on the rack. We think nothing of it. That's how I want everyone to think of their fear. You're trying something on. If it doesn't work out, then that's okay. You tried, you found out, and you can move on. But if it works out, if it changes something in your life, if you grow from that experience, wow, stepping beyond the ledge of fear will change your life in so many different ways. And I'm so grateful that I did that. I started it out as a, I'm going to try it for 15 days. Then I thought, I'm going to go till the end of the year. And then I decided, no, this is a lifestyle. I want to do this for the rest of my life. And so that's sort of how I look at stepping out of my comfort zone. And then the other one that I shared was all about a journey that I had to come back to healing, and how I took myself from somebody who had been diagnosed with a very severe, probably one of the most severe cases of fibromyalgia that the doctor had ever seen. And I stepped through all of the challenges that were in front of me, all of the medications, all of the pain, all of the everything about that journey. And in 2013, I discovered that hypnotherapy was going to be what helped me to get to the other side of that illness. And so that's what I did. And I am so grateful for the opportunity. I'm so grateful for everything that I learned on that journey. And I also learned to be careful what you ask for or what you wish for, because I had been working at the time, I was in a corporate job. It was high energy, high stress. And I thought, boy, it would be so nice if I could just stay home with my kids for a while, you know, and just enjoy them. I didn't ask for that properly though, because I was in a very slight car accident about 2 months later. And that ended up sending me into a huge journey in which there was a lot of pain and a lot of hurt and a lot of crazy stuff that went on. And so in my story, I'm trying to find what the title of it is, Inner Guidance Leads to Healing. It's all about how I used my intuition and my inner senses and my inner wisdom to know what my body needed and to help my body heal, and in turn to help my my mental capacity to heal, my emotional capacity, and everything else that was involved with that journey. So how can you reach me? If you are interested in reaching out to me, of course, you can reach out to me at carnelianmoonpublishing.com or right on Facebook at Carnelian Moon Publishing. And I also have a coaching company, and I am actually starting to revive that a bit more. And it is guidancefromwithincoaching.com. So you can find me at those two places, and you can also find me in this gorgeous little book. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Judy, for sharing. Amazing. And, you know, you can see just the gems that you're receiving here, the wisdom you're receiving, and the expertise that has been brought together for this one book. So we are truly blessed. I cannot begin to say, and we're so happy to share this with you. So next, I'm going to introduce you to another of our authors, Tanisha Chambers. Tanisha,
hello,
are you
everybody.
there at the moment?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi,
Hello.
Tanisha. If you turn your camera on as well,
Yes.
I've got to say, because some may comment, Tanisha is my little cousin, and I am so proud of you for stepping into this journey, because of course you've done children's books for years. So please share a little bit about yourself and how people can connect with you as well, and your messages.
Okay, sounds good. So my name is Tanisha Chambers. I am a children's author of the Zori Adventures series with my little sister Zori. I've been doing it for about 3.5 years now, writing children's books, which I totally love. So that's a little bit about me. And I currently have a new book out called Beauty Defined by Me for little girls, available on Amazon. So going towards the message to my younger self, I wrote 2 different chapters, but the one that I really want to share today is the one that I wrote with saying little you, hi, little you. And basically that message, I opened it up with a poem because I also write poetry as well. But I opened it up with a poem to my younger self, reminding myself that everything's going to be okay, not to cry. So for me, it was a deep message also to forgive myself, because a lot of times in life we're growing up and we don't forgive ourselves for the choices that we make in life. And, I don't want to ever look back and say, well, I should have did it this way or not, or that way. Where I am is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm thankful for where I am. So for me, that is my message. It meant a lot to me. So hopefully everybody will read it and get it, because I know I have a lot of older friends, and they state that they wish they could have did things in their life. And I just want to help them and reassure them that, where they are is where they're supposed to be, and it's okay. And it's never too late to start, because sometimes we think we're too old to start. Well, Oprah Winfrey started in her 40s and she made it big. So I'm here to say you can make it big at any age. So you can follow me on Instagram at Zori Adventure Books. And I'm also on Facebook at Tani, Tani Chambers as well. And also on Facebook at Zori, Zuri AD. So thank you guys. I'm really thankful for Judith and Debbie, my cousin. I really appreciate you guys for allowing me to be a part of this journey, because it's very exciting to me. So thank you.
You are so welcome, Tanisha. I love what you're doing. I love your books, and you had such a beautiful message as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing. Aren't they amazing? Are these ladies not amazing? And we still have ladies to come. So we're going to move along here because we're a little bit behind schedule. So we don't want to keep anyone too late. But what we're going to do now is we are going to invite Allistar Banks to the camera. Allistar?
Allistar, you need to unmute. Okay.
So hey everybody, my name is Allistar Banks, and I am a multi-generational author. And in the book, Messages to My Younger Self, I have 2 chapters in here that are called Quit Comparing Yourself to Others and Food Will Not Solve Your Problems. So back when I was in college, I think I fell into the comparison trap when it came to my friends, and I saw them in their perfect love relationships and, just landing the part-time jobs at that time that they wanted. And I just didn't have the things that they had. And I just think I fell into a hole of despair, thinking like, am I going to find that little job when I'm in college that will help me to feel fulfilled as I'm pushing towards gaining my bachelor's degree? Will I have that perfect love in my life? And so when I was in college, I had my first love, and that was when I went through my first heartbreak. And I kept being myself at that time, thinking, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? And at the end of the day, you can only do your best when it comes to any relationship in your life, and just to grow from it and to move on to the next relationship and embrace it. And at the time when I was a teenager and a little girl, I think I struggled with having a healthy relationship with food. And I used food as a comfort to mask my emotions I was going through when my parents were getting a divorce, and coping and understanding my brother's disability, and just living in a household, with my grandmother and my parents and my brother. So it was like a full house at that point in time. And when I was a teenager, I think I had used food at that time to cope with some of my mother's pain she was going through in her personal life. And then I had a wake up call when I was in the 8th grade. And that's when I reached my highest weight. And I was like, well, it's time to take back control over your life. So that summer, I made a commitment to lose 30 pounds and to learn portion control and healthier food options. And years later, falling down the line, back in 2014 was when I started writing the first book to Crack and Happy Weight Code, called The Journey of a Curvy Girl. And I wrote about my life and my experiences I went through when it came to healing my relationship with food and making better choices. So I think my grandfather always said that if it doesn't grow from the dirt, don't eat it. So he always had like a great, kind of sense of humor. So he always put everything into perspective.
Brilliant, Allistar. And would you like to share your links? How
Yes.
people can connect with you? Okay, I think Allistar's doing that on the Facebook page. So thank you so much for that, Allistar. And how many of us have these challenges as we go through life? So I now have the honor of introducing Michelle Montero. Michelle is 100% at the moment. So grateful that you were able to join us today, Michelle.
Thank you. I'm sorry that I don't have my camera on. I have the worst migraine ever and I don't look the best.
Okay. That's
So
okay, not a problem.
I'm Michelle Montero. I am a stay-at-home mom to a bunch of cats. I'm the crazy cat lady. And I also have a German Shepherd who thinks he's a cat sometimes. I'm also now a co-author. I'm a digital marketing expert for coaches and virtual assistants. And I just wear a lot of different hats. I'll be a mom soon in June. So I'm here sitting with the migraines from my little baby, making me feel all sick. But besides that, something that I do mostly right now is the digital marketing and virtual assistants for coaches and other virtual assistants, because we all need help. I help them to increase their clientele and their presence on the online space through using digital marketing strategies and digital design. Right now, I recently got finished working on an event that I hosted in order to raise awareness around rape culture and sexual assault that took place on Saturday. I am a rape survivor as well, so that's what I've been working on lately. Let's see, what else? Part of the messages that I shared in the book is mostly around learning how to love yourself. Growing up, it was really tough. I was bullied as a kid, and I was just always different. I was a sensitive child, like Debbie mentioned. Everything would make me feel extremely emotional, and people around me didn't really understand what that meant. So a lot of the times I felt like it was me against the world, and writing this book is really a reminder that, love comes from within first. And until you give yourself that love, that unconditional love is when until you give yourself that unconditional love, you won't find that happiness that you're looking for. So I did go through a lot of depression and anxiety as a kid and as a teenager. And in the book, I'm talking to my teenage self who was going through all those depression episodes and things that I didn't really understand. I guess in a way it made me realize that, yes, while mental health is important, a lot of it is also a spiritual battle. I believe that we're spiritual beings in this incarnation that we call Earth. And even though we're human, we have very, very strong connection to the spiritual realm. So a lot of what I talk about in the book has to do with looking at your surroundings, because I believe that the negative things that happen to us have to do with negative energies that we attract, and the good things that happen to us, like the good people that we come across and help us are the positive energy or the universe helping us. So in one of the parts, I say, trust the universe will take care of you, because I believe that we are a gift from the universe and the universe is connected to us. So she's always looking to do whatever she can to make sure that we're okay. Going through my past, I mean, I had been bullied, I had been, cheated on as a teenager, trying to like find love. You're just confused and you're going through the works of life and you don't really know what to do, what's right. You don't have a manual. So a lot of my message is just learning to love yourself first, because that's where the true happiness begins. And ever since I started to learn how to love myself first and learn how to pick and choose who I allow into my life or what I allow into my life, until I learned how to do that was when I started to see my life changing and my manifestations actually coming true. So, I mean, when I was 13, I used to say I wanted to be an author. I wanted to write books and stuff. And after I finally learned how to love myself, I'm now co-authored in 2 books that were apparently bestsellers on Amazon. So it's just a matter of going with the flow with your healing and learning how to love yourself, learning how to be kind to yourself. Because at the end of the day, we all deserve kindness. The same way that we want to be kind to others, we deserve it ourselves. So that's really what my message is about. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Montero Marketing. And I also have a website, www.michellemontero.us.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing. And I'm so sorry to hear that you are not feeling well. Please get better really, really soon. Oh, migraines are pretty tough. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are going to move right along, and I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to Konyka Dunson. Konyka?
Hi, thank you, Judy. Thank you, Debbie. This is great. I want to just say this has been a journey. It's been a blessing to actually get to know Debbie and Judy and how this whole project has come together. We met a while ago, and now this vision of pulling women's voices together is here, it's live, it's real. And it's been really interesting to listen to like what we all have in common in a sense, and this underlying thread. And I'm Konyka Dunson. I am a professional speaker and facilitator. I particularly enjoy working with women, particularly women who are at that phase of life as emerging leaders and embracing their own leadership. And I do training using personality assessments, communications and leadership. I'm also a doctoral student. So when Malaika talked about help with the dissertation, yes, I will need that because I am finishing in a year and a half. And my dissertation is in the field of a new program called Urban Leadership and Entrepreneurship. And I'm developing my study now on a model of gender reconciliation and equity. So it's still doing some research and it's coming along. And my book, my message in the book was honor the voice of your soul. And for me, I thought about if I took a bird's eye view of my life and thought, whose voice was I listening to at these different junctures, at decisions? Was I listening to doubts? Was I listening to fears? Was I praying, hoping that I would get a revelation? Or did I trust that inner guidance that I have? And I'm a Christian, I'm a spiritual person. I believe that even what I know of God is just a piece of it. But I do believe that there is a peace in the soul, in your knowing, in your heart, in your mind, in your conscience that's your compass in life. And I had to learn to honor that. And for me, I say honor the voice of your soul, because for me as a woman, and this was something I had to struggle with, even though I was mostly confident, I didn't quite feel that honor me was something I needed to do. I would honor God, I honor authority, I honor other things, but that voice within, I had to learn to honor. And so I say honor the voice of your soul as a compass, as a way to navigate through life. And that's the heart of the message. That's the one key thing for me, is that that thing is so important. It's God-given and it dwells in truth. And if you trust that, you're trusting this inner thing that is yours. So that's really what I wanted to say to my younger self. If I would say those places where I had so much doubt and didn't believe, listen to me, listen to yourself, but trust the deepest part, not that reactive part, but that part of you that's really divine and is leading you. And I am, this book, this message is part of a larger book that I'm working on. It's called Sacred and Overflowing, a 30-day devotion to the woman God called you to be. And it's inverted in a sense because a lot of devotions are outward looking. This is a devotion to the woman God called you to be. So it's really honoring your voice, your relationship with God, your experiences, and that in your own personal wisdom and journey. And so I'm really happy to have been a part of the anthology because it forced me to share that and get that out sooner. So my book will be coming out early summer. Looking forward to that. And to get in touch with me, you can look my name up. My website is my name, Konyka.tv. And Instagram is the same thing, @Konyka.tv. And Facebook is the same thing, @Konyka.tv. So thank you so much. This has been great to be a part of this journey with wonderful women with beautiful messages.
Konyka, thank you so much. Wow, each of you are filled with so much love, so much power, so much passion for what you do. And, you know, we're just so grateful for each of you to share your message, to support so many others in their healing journey. Now, I think we have to plan another event because we've overrun a little bit. And so thank you so much for honoring us and staying with us and being flexible. We truly appreciate you. Now, I have the honor, the privilege, and gosh, so much love for this lady that I'm about to introduce. I've got love for all of our authors, but Janet, I met Janet a few years ago in Canada. It's probably about 18 months now in Canada, and she is filled with so much passion, connectivity, and so much more. So I'm so honored to introduce you all to Janet Wiszowaty. Janet, welcome and thank you for being here.
Thanks, Debbie. And I'm honored to be here. This is my second anthology. The first one was with Debbie, and that happened the very first day I met her. And I'm friends with Judy. I happened to be in Ottawa on my way home, and Debbie just happened to be with her, and the rest is history. And then this is synchronicity. She was at the next gate to me on our flights home the next day. So my name's Janet Wiszowaty. My background is policing. I was an emergency police officer. I retired in 2011, and I was doing relief. That's how I ended up in Ottawa. I was working up in the Eastern Arctic of Canada. And so that was my intro to Carnelian Moon. And Judy and I have been together on another publication and friends from that day. And so my husband is also a policeman. So we have that background. We've moved lots. So my stories come from that place of wanting to serve. And so my stories in the book are very interesting how they happened, because I was working up in Whitehorse, the Yukon, and a very prominent member of the community was killed in a vehicle accident. And he was like, everything I heard about him was just wonderful. And one of the trainings that I'd gone through, we were asked to write our obituary. And so my one story, I've got two. My one is A Life Worth Living. His life was amazing, just the stories I could hear. And then from where I was working, you could see they did a long procession honoring him. And I thought about the time I wrote my obituary, and I thought, am I living that life that I had said I wanted people to be talking about? Was I there? And I thought, maybe it's time to write my obituary again to put me back on track. Because if we had taught people in different stages of their lives to write their obituary, would they have done some of the things they've done? How do you want to show up? My other story came from a song I heard in the 80s, and it was by Charlene saying, I've never been true to me, or to something like that. And it's Spread Your Wings and Fly. And it really was a story about who somebody else sees you as, or you see somebody, and there goes to what somebody said, the comparison. I think it was you, Allistar, the comparison, right? Who do you want to be? Like, does that person, the grass greener on the other side of the street, or not? Like, who do you want to be? And that's what both stories are about. Why is it relevant now? I really think it's relevant now. I think that we really need to come back after 2020 and start looking at that. And I have a book coming out with these beautiful ladies, Carnelian Moon, in May as an ebook about that, about 2020. And how do I feel part of being the legacy collection? Well, you just heard why. And how people connect with me. I am in the book. My information's in the book. Wiszowaty is not the easiest to spell. Just remember it's SZ. And you can find me at Worldly Connections on Facebook. And I'm Facebook there on my name, on LinkedIn, Instagram. You know what? You Google my name, you'll find me. And I'm definitely in the book. That book fits in a purse, guys. Great little gift to people. Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you so much, Janet. Oh my gosh, you're such a joy. And I am so grateful to know you and to call you one of my beautiful friends. So thankful for you to be here. Okay, so now I have the distinct pleasure to introduce you to, you all know this beautiful lady, my business partner and my co-publishing partner as well, Ms. Debbie Belnavis-Brimble.
Thank you. Wow, this is strange being on this side. Okay, I am promising to be very quick because I'm mindful of time, as I said, and we want to honor each of you. So I shared 2 stories in Messages to My Younger Self, and the first is Brilliantly You, because I believe that every single one of us on this planet was born with so much brilliance, unique brilliance inside of us. And we tend to forget that so much. So my message is all around that, to remember the brilliance inside of you. And I share strategies of how you can do that. And then the second story, told you I was going to be quick, is Love the Brilliance Around You. And that is, again, about focusing on what is around you. You are surrounded by so much beautiful nature, so many beautiful connections, the people around you, and so much more. So I'm encouraging everyone, they're listening to picks this book up, to embrace the brilliance within you and embrace the brilliance around you as well, and really appreciate who you are, what you give to this world, because guaranteed you may not see it, but those around you can see it. They can see the power within you, and it's just for you to really recognize who you are and reconnect with you deep inside. So to connect with me, I am Carnelian Moon Publishing. So you can go to our website, carnelianmoonpublishing.com, and I'll be in the link. And also Inner Brilliance Academy. That is my academy where I support anyone, male, female, younger, older, in reconnecting with their inner brilliance. So that is me. I will not be saying anything else. I'm cutting it short today. And that's a verse for me. Now, I would love to invite all our authors that are still here with us to share one word. That's one word that you would like the readers of this beautiful book to take away with them. So I'm just going to call on everyone based on where you are. So Cathy, what's the one word you would share?
Healing.
Healing. Love it. Thank you so much. Konyka?
Honor.
Yes. Sara?
Courage.
Oh gosh, yes. Courage. Janet?
Live.
Live, love it. Carra?
Worthy.
Yes, yes, yes. Worthy. Mary?
Smile.
Yes. Judith?
Bliss.
Bliss. Yes. Nikita?
Empowered.
Yes, yes, yes. Dr. Malaika?
Prerogative.
Loving this. And Michelle?
Flow.
Flow. Don't you just love that everyone has gone for a different word? Well, my word is love. And that's what I have for each and every one of you beautiful ladies who have poured your heart, soul, and everything. You have become fully transparent to share with everyone here today and share in this book. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being a part of this. And watch this space because there's so much more to come. Now, remember, if you would like to receive a signed copy, a personalized signed copy of this beautiful book that has so much more than words in it, it supports you in your healing journey and supports you in nourishing your soul, truly. Remember, you can connect here or connect with any of the ladies. Just say, I'd like a copy signed by you, and our authors will connect with you and we'll ensure that that happens, okay? We are actually, you didn't realize we were going to do this. We're giving away 5 copies of this book to 5 people that have been here live with us today. And we'll be randomly selecting those names. So if you are here live, this is your opportunity. We're still live now for you to say hi to us. Say I'm here, say something, and share us out with your network, please. Allow this book to be in the hands of as many people who need it as possible. We are so honored and so grateful for each of our authors. And I have to give a shout out to those of our authors who are not here. They weren't able to make it today. So Donna Brown, thank you for being a part of this journey with us and for sharing your beautiful message. Krista Riviello, thank you so much, Krista, for joining us on this journey. Cindy Windsor, thank you so much. We know what this meant to you taking this first step. Cassie Ferrer, thank you so much, Cassie, for being a part of this journey with us. And Jean Day, thank you all for sharing in this journey, walking beside us, behind us, in front of us whenever we needed it. We really appreciate you all. Judy?
And I want to reiterate every single word that Debbie said. I also want to share this message with each of the co-authors. This is from your fellow co-author, Cindy Windsor. Fellow authors, congratulations to each and every one of you. Your messages were heartfelt and beautiful and came right from the soul, and it shows. I am honored to be published with all of you. I wish you all continued success in whatever you choose to do, and may you do so with happiness. Love, Cindy. Thank you, everyone. You are all incredible. You have blessed us in so many ways you just will never understand. We are so grateful for each and every one of you here. We're so grateful for those of you who have joined us and who are going to share us out, I'm sure. Please do stop by Amazon, anywhere in the world, and pick up your copy. And we will have all of the authors down below so that you can get a copy from them directly if you would like to do so. So Debbie, are we ready to raise a glass?
Yes, we all, and can all our authors unmute, please, for this moment? Whatever you got coffee, whatever you got, let's raise together.
The book.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much for a job well done.
Yay!
You can't see me, but I have something raised.
Anyway.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone.
Congrats, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, ladies.
Congratulations, all.
Congratulations.
Bye, Facebook.